What really happens when we wait to make a choice? A new research in 2020 has given us more insight into the science behind our thinking here. Researchers at the University of Zurich conducted a study to reveal what happens when we take our time to decide on something. Contrary to popular beliefs and advices, the longer we leave time to make a decision, the more we're prepared to gamble and our standards can drop. This study used simulated purchasing situations to find out what strategies people use. In one test, offers were given one after the other in which the price fluctuated, while the fictional departure date was getting nearer and nearer, trying to book a flight ticket as cheap as possible. In another test, participants try to find best deal on daily items such as groceries or appliances, with prices also fluctuating. The study results concluded that participants used a linear threshold model in decision-making process. Our mind takes the shortest path and makes choices based on a threshold point when we are given the choice to wait to make a decision. This clearly indicates that unlike computer, our human brain does not carry complicated calculations to arrive at decision choices. The linear threshold model is a mathematical model used to describe decision-making processes in social networks and other complex systems. It's a simple yet powerful model that captures how decisions are influenced by the opinions and behaviors of those around us. In this model, each decision maker has a threshold point that can be based on their own value. However, the human mind actually fluctuates, and thus the threshold point continue to shift due to influences from external factors. The lower the threshold point to begin with, the easier the decision making is influenced by other factors. Most importantly, the longer time goes by, the lower of the threshold points as expectation slowly decreases. The human decision-making process, unlike computer, tend to fluctuate and changes as additional elements are introduced over time. The study pointed out that we do not necessarily make best choices the longer we wait. Furthermore, complicating the process, when more and more choices are introduced over time, the mind starts to drift away from the original intent and objective. We might set a very high and unreasonable target to begin with, however, the higher the risk, the faster the mind's expectation decreases. As expectation value continue to decreases against intended target value over time, due to fear and lose potentials. Our decision-making nature often work against long-term goals, against reaching beneficial outcomes, when making choices over time. This is also why so few achieve financial freedom from active investments. Due to our mind's inability to stay through market's down cycle and market volatility turmoil, often closing out portfolio holdings at the wrong time. This is also why most people should spend more time understanding themselves when it comes to investment process. You might have the best portfolio in the world, but you will not maximize the outcome if you sell out your assets at the wrong time. Far too often people enter investments with wrong reasons, more so during market euphoria with a gamble mindset. From the study, we can understand why keeping a long-term view is so important in making choices. It takes understanding and training to achieve good decision-making process. We now know that the human mind tends to lose focus and has expectation drifts over time. The longer the time takes to reach a particular goal, the less and less likelihood we would stay true to our original target. Armed with this newfound understanding, we can overhaul our thinking, and create better chances in reaching long-term goals and objectives. To be continued in Part 2.